Register now! Everything! Do it!
I'll open it.
Come on! Come on! What about the safe?
We don't have time for the safe. Do it now! There you are. Here.
Get the car! I said open it.
I'll open it, but I don't think you'll like what's inside.
What the hell are you talking about?
Interesting life you've chosen for yourself.
Just shut the fuck up!
All the things you could have done in life, you don't even care that you're going nowhere.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3. 1,
always help yourself to other people's food. Let me help you. I have a first aid kit inside.
Sorry, I helped myself to your food. It's just I haven't eaten anything since breakfast yesterday.
What are you doing out here?
Our car ran out of gas last night. My husband went to go look for a service station, but he never came back.
What time last night?
I don't know. Late. Would it be possible to use your phone?
Yeah, sure, if you can find one.
Pardon?
You know how to work a busted radio?
You don't know how to fix it?
This isn't my cabin.
Then what are you doing here?
Same as you. Car trouble. I've been stranded here for 3 days.
3 days? And you haven't left?
Where am I gonna go? There's no phone. My car's toast. Haven't been able to walk out for help.
Listen, I appreciate your predicament, but I need to find my husband.
Look, I read -5 degrees last night.
What do you say?
Nothing. I'm sure he found some help.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm sure he's fine. You have matches? Can I? Thought I was gonna freeze to death. How did you survive? It was below freezing.
We have blankets in our car. I practically made an igloo out of them.
Blankets, huh? I think you just became my new best friend. Tom,
Samantha.
how about show me where that car is, Sam? Well, you weren't kidding when you said your car ran out of gas. Sam?
So, what happened to you?
Put my car in a ditch about half mile up.
When you said you had car trouble, you weren't joking.
I, practically broke my leg.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't hurt now.
I'm gonna stay here for a little while. Wait for my husband to get back.
I'll stay with you.
That's a good idea.
Just in case, you know. It'll be getting dark soon.
We really should get back before the temperature drops.
What if Adam comes back and I'm not here?
We'll leave him a note. Do you have any pen and paper in the car?
Maybe in the glove box. How do you know no one lives there?
Well, if someone does, they haven't been there in a while. It's a pretty cool car.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's kind of slow, beat up. I don't know.
Here, I'll take that. use your bathroom.
Right.
There you go.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Those blankets are a lifesaver.
So, where's the water from anyway?
Oh, I found a creek out back.
Well, at least we won't go thirsty.
About that, I tried to find the creek again, but I couldn't find it.
So we have 1 tank of gas.
Right. You know, I got some paint buckets and some rubber hosing in the back of my truck. I bet I could siphon gas from my car to yours.
Would that work?
Yeah, I think it would. Get us out of here. Get us to your husband.
I should have never let him go. When Adam gets an idea in his head, there's no stopping him.
Well, why didn't you just go with it?
He, didn't want me to leave the car. In my condition.
What's your condition?
I'm pregnant.
You're smoking.
I know. It's my last pack. We were on our way to see his parents before he ships off and tell them the news. He ships out in 2 weeks. Anyway, I smoke when I'm nervous. Obviously.
Tonight, you can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. I'm gonna get us out of here.
Okay. you were out in the cold.
Who are you?
My name is Samantha. Who are you? I was just trying to help you.
Where's Kevin?
I don't know who that is.
Where is he?
You were asleep on the porch. I found you out there. I brought you inside. That is all I know. Where are you going?
Away from here.
Well, if you find anyone, will you please tell them about this cabin? And if you don't, you're welcome to come back here.
Shit! Hello? Is anybody out there?
Tom? No, not Tom. Jody.
Do you see anyone at the road? Excuse me.
Where's your phone?
We don't have a phone.
What? The hell kind of place is this?
You don't have to be so rude.
I thought you said I was welcome back.
Well, you are, but
Listen. What's your name again?
Samantha.
Right, Sam, I don't know if you're a hermit or a serial killer or whatever your deal is, but I need to get a phone, okay? And I need to get the hell out of here, capiche?
I just told you, we don't have a phone. Now, if you'll just let me explain.
Okay, so there is no form of communication anywhere in this goddamn shack?
We have a broken ham radio.
Awesome. What am I supposed to do with that? Is there a bathroom?
We don't have one.
I am in hell. I am in the third ring of hell.
Did you see anyone by the road?
Yeah, I heard some crazy guy yelling in the distance, but I didn't know if he was your friend or not. But, you know, I've seen Deliverance enough times to know that you don't go messing with the locals.
Deliverance?
You've never seen Deliverance? Squeal like a pig?
Great.
Do you like your lighter?
Really? Because there's only a zillion of them at every gas station in America. But I guess when you live in a cabin, you don't get out that much.
Oh, I don't live here.
You don't?
No, I'm like you. My husband and I ran out of gas. I got stuck here. I wound up at this cabin yesterday morning.
First of all, Sam, you're nothing like me. If I don't live here, and you don't live here, then who lives here? What?
I thought I heard something.
Shit. You're more paranoid than me, and you ain't even smoking. I'm Jody. You the husband?
No, this is Tom.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
How did it go with the cars?
Didn't go. But I got you these shoes. Figured you could use them.
Thank you.
What is that, weed you're smoking?
You a cop?
Hardly.
So, what's your story?
My story? What's your story?
It's an epic saga. You first.
I've been stranded up here 4 days, living off granola and creek water.
What do you mean stranded?
He got in a car accident.
Listen, Sam, we shouldn't keep the axe outside. It's our only weapon.
Why would we need a weapon?
We're in the wilderness, and I thought I heard a gunshot.
A gunshot?
Okay, no bathrooms, no phone, and now you guys are talking about weapons? This is a great operation you guys are running here and all, but I'm not gonna be part of it. I'm out of here.
It's below freezing at night.
I'll take my chances.
You'll be dead in the morning. If suicide's your plan, go for it. But would you mind leaving behind your vintage ski jacket? Samantha here could probably use it. Now I want to know your story.
My name's Jody from Detroit. Got into a fight with my boyfriend. He kicked me out of the car and left me on the side of the road.
Why would he do that?
'Cause he's a dickhead. And that's all you deserve to know.
Well, Jody from Detroit, you can stay here tonight, but you're gonna have to start pitching in, starting with that lighter.
Oh, and for your information, this is a brand new jacket.
For your information, I don't give a shit.
What are you doing?
I'm nailing it shut. I'll be warmer this way.
So, what was the sleeping situation like last night?
I slept on the floor.
Really? 2 people alone in the woods? With a cabin?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing?
I have a husband.
So?
Why don't you just keep your thoughts to yourself?
I would never do that.
Shame. I'd do him.
Enough! If you're wondering about tonight's sleeping situation, you got the floor. Samantha keeps the bed.
You're so protective, Tom. Am I on the floor next to you?
You're on the floor next to you.
Boring.
Do you always make people hate you within an hour?
I just don't understand why at least me and her can't share the bed.
Because I said so. Because she's pregnant.
She's pregnant? Good job with the smoking, Sam. You're trying to give the fetus cancer before it's even born.
Hey! Leave her alone.
But you're so high and mighty. Well, how is it that you got to this cabin days and days before us?
I crashed my car into a ditch.
Yeah. And where is this ditch?
It's back at the road.
How do we know you're not just some lumberjack psycho who lures young women to his cabin and tells them there's no way to communicate or get back to the real world, huh?
You can leave whenever you want, lady.
You nailed the door shut.
Because it's freezing outside! I'm no murderer or rapist, whatever sick shit you want to dream of.
Then who are you?
I'm just a guy with one thing on his mind, survival. And don't think for 1 second that you being here is helping our food situation at all, because it's not. Let's just get some sleep.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Where's your little boyfriend at?
He's not my boyfriend. I have a husband.
Well, where did Mr. Rogers go to this time?
Now that his leg is feeling better, he decided to walk as far as he can and try to find that creek and get help.
Is this all the food that we have?
Yes, and we need to conserve it.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna go. I don't want to waste all your food.
No, it's not like
No,
that.
it's cool. It's fine. There's gotta be some place with electricity around here, so I'm just gonna go.
Tom's been looking for days and he hasn't found anything.
Well, I'm just gonna go in the opposite direction. I mean, he keeps going out the front, and I'm just gonna go out the back. I don't mean to be a bitch. It just comes naturally to me, so no hard feelings. And if I never see you again, then good luck.
You too. You're back.
Yeah, you missed me? Thanks. So, where were you headed before you ended up here?
We were on our way to my husband's parents' house to tell them the news. They hate me.
You? Those goody two-shoes? Why?
They're Jewish. I'm Catholic.
You don't look knocked up.
I just found out about a week ago. I'm due in October, early November.
So, he's gonna be a little Scorpio hellion just like me. I'm November 11th, but I ain't having kids.
Somehow I think the world would be better for it.
Good one, Sam. You're starting to loosen up a bit. Where do the parents live?
Just outside of Concord, New Hampshire?
It's kind of a schlep.
Not really.
Trust me, I've been to that shithole of town. I wouldn't go within 100 miles of there. You from San Diego? You look like a San Diego chick.
Virginia.
Virginia? Well then, what are you doing in Wisconsin?
Excuse me?
Well, if you were on your way to New Hampshire coming from Virginia, then how'd you wind up in Wisconsin? Wrong turn?
We're not in Wisconsin.
Look, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but we're just 50 miles outside of Milwaukee.
No, we're about 2 hours from Concord, New Hampshire.
Well, I find that hard to believe because I was headed to Seattle coming from Detroit, so there's no way I could be in fucking Concord, New Hampshire.
crazy. I could have sworn I was headed in a straight line, and then I just ended up back here.
I'll tell you who's crazy. That bitch.
What are you talking about?
She thinks we're in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
Yeah. She said she's on her way to Concord, New Hampshire, coming from Virginia. Ask her.
Yeah, I'll ask her.
How did it go?
Listen, I was talking with Jody.
I can't take her anymore, Tom. I can't. She's out of her mind.
I was gonna fight you on that one. But she did tell me something kind of odd.
She said we're not in New Hampshire.
Right.
See, she's clearly lost it.
But we're not in New Hampshire.
Did you get Tom to go along with your little game?
Samantha, it's not a game. We're nowhere near New Hampshire.
Well, we sure as hell are not in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? I never said anything about Wisconsin.
What the hell did you say? Where do you think we are, Tom?
South Dakota.
South Dakota? What are you talking about? We're like 50 miles outside of Milwaukee.
I think I know where I am. I was going from Oklahoma City to South Dakota.
You guys are both crazy.
I'm not in Wisconsin. There's no way.
Well, there's sure as hell no way that I'm in goddamn South Dakota.
Something's right about this cabin.
You know what, Tom? You're not right, okay? Fuck South Dakota, fuck New Hampshire, and fuck you! And fuck you too!
Hey! Be honest with me. Do you really think we're somewhere in Wisconsin? Honestly! New Hampshire?
This doesn't make any sense.
What, did we disappear?
No. If we disappeared, then how could Adam find us? You don't think he's alive, do you?
Doesn't matter what I think.
Answer the question.
If we don't do something, we're gonna run out of food and water if we stay here. Tomorrow we're just gonna have to walk as far as we can go. And we may be dead either way. But I'd rather die trying.
Hey. Forget the road, Tom.
Why?
You've gone that way long enough.
Fine. sorry if I made you angry. I'm sure Adam's fine.
I'm not angry because you think my husband is dead. I'm angry because I think you're right.
Between you and me, I think your husband's just fine.
I don't want to talk about my husband. What about your boyfriend?
He's an asshole. Bad influence, as my mother would say.
Your mother?
Yeah, I actually never met my mother. She died the day I was born. I was raised with my grandparents.
Ladies, let's keep it moving. Jeez, I'll get out of here before it gets dark.
Yeah. So, is this the farthest you've gotten mileage-wise?
Okay.
Hey, where'd you get all that money?
None of your business.
Well, I'm making it my business.
I got working with my boyfriend, okay? And that's all you need to know.
Guys? What's this? What is that?
Need some help there, Tom?
I got it. It's like a military bomb shelter. Jesus, Joey.
These maps must be 20 years old.
Try 50. Hey, you guys, look.
It's vintage 1925.
Shit. It must be worth a fortune.
This is German. Same as the maps. It looks like Poland.
How do you know?
My father was German. Beans. Sausage.
Your dad taught you well.
My mother taught me. I actually never met my father. He died during the war.
Really?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing, it's just... I didn't think we had anything in common until now.
What do we have in common?
My dad died in the war, too. I'm sorry. I mean, it happens. It's life, you know? Oh, look. Cigarette, Sam, to clear fetus some more.
Cool it.
I'm kidding.
Let's just pack up some food and get out of here.
Mom, I can't carry all this alone. It's impossible.
I'm starting to think anything's possible.
No, it's like we're trapped. It's like Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
Yeah, you know. You go to one side of the board, come out the other, but it's always the same board.
How do you get to the next level?
It can't be.
Tomorrow we're gonna have to split up. Go in separate directions, try to get out of here.
No fucking way. That is the worst thing we could do at this moment. Besides, I mean, where is here?
I don't know. No one's out there looking for me anyway.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Why is that?
Because I was raised in an orphanage in South Dakota. Because my mother was executed. So, it's like I said, nobody. I could be dead and missing and no one would even notice.
That is not true.
Thank you, Sam, but it's true.
So, you were headed home.
It doesn't matter where I was headed.
What might be helpful?
I was headed back to the orphanage where I was raised.
Why?
To visit an old friend. Can we change the subject, please?
I'd like to say grace.
Ugh, sorry, I'm an atheist.
I'm willing to try anything at this point.
I'll make it quick.
Okay.
Damn, it's freezing out here.
Here, take a swig of this. It'll warm you up. I think we were abducted by aliens.
What?
Yeah, I think we were abducted by aliens, taken on a spaceship, knocked out, and then dropped somewhere in the mountains.
It could have happened while I was sleeping in my car.
Yeah, we could be near Area 51.
Let's stop with the aliens.
But Tom, you kind of look like an alien.
Very funny. Laugh it up.
Aliens!
Where are you going?
Nature calls, ladies.
Can I see it? The money. I don't think I've ever seen that much before. How?
You really want to know? I robbed gas stations with my boyfriend.
Really?
Hardware stores, delis, whoever seems harmless. Sometimes we'll get a Kmart just to rob somebody corporate.
Nice try.
Let me tell you something, Sam. I don't lie. Not about what state I'm in or how I get by. I don't. I ain't no precious little Catholic schoolgirl. I ain't been privileged enough to afford college or whatever else people expect of me. So, I rob people. You understand? Yeah.
This isn't even real.
What are you talking about? Of course it's real.
It says it was printed in 1984. What did you rob, a gag store?
And what exactly is the gag?
I've never heard of the Treasury printing money from the future, have you? What?
Samantha. What war did your father die in?
World War II, of course. He was killed in a massive airstrike.
Okay, Sam, I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? And I don't want you to take this the wrong way. What year do you think it is?
1962. What year do you think it is?
Holy shit.
It's freezing out there.
You just to say?
1931?
And this one?
1932?
Doesn't it strike you as odd how old they are?
No, not really. That bomb shelter could have been locked up for years.
How many years?
Who knows? What's going on?
Tom, what year is it?
I just told you.
No, not the bottle, but the year now. What year is it now?
2011. Would someone tell me what's going on?
Okay, last time I checked, it was 1985. And Samantha thinks that it's 1962.
I don't think it's 1962. I know it is.
This is a joke, right?
No, believe it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
You have? Why didn't you say anything?
I don't know.
Well, maybe it's a hunter.
Oh my god, there's someone out there.
Shit, it's Michael Myers.
You know him?
Fuck this shit again. Tom, what do we do?
Stay here. Hey, sir, we're stranded out here. Hey, sir.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Пресадьте драйв! Was macht ihr hier?
What?
It's German.
In the hole, Code schießen!
What did he say?
I don't know. He's speaking too fast.
Lass die Axt fallen!
Put the axe down.
Hey, man, look, we're not gonna hurt you.
I don't think he's scared of you.
In the hole!
Samantha, say something, anything.
Wir sind nicht bewaffnet.
I don't think he's search and rescue.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ah. You?
We're fine.
Yeah, fine and dandy.
Where did he go?
I don't know, he was trying to fix the radio. He's been gone all morning. I think he has anger issues.
What does he want?
Maybe he lives here.
No one lives here. line, bomb shelter, psycho German dude.
Shit. What?
Well, I think we're in another time period. His time period. What, 30s?
40s maybe. World War II?
Yeah, I mean, that would explain the bomb shelter.
Tom, do you have time travel in 2011? Did you bring us here?
I know 2011 sounds like a long way off, but we're nowhere near that advanced yet. We haven't even been back to the moon since the 60s.
We go to the moon?
Supposedly.
You don't think we went to the moon? Oh, and I suppose Elvis is still alive. And no one shot JFK, right?
Somebody shoots JFK.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about the future.
Easy for you to say, Tom. You know everything's gonna happen.
Do I? I sure as hell don't know what this guy's capable of. He's psychotic.
He's afraid.
Even worse.
Shit, he's coming. It's been nice knowing you guys. Get away from him, asshole!
What are you gonna do?
Stay out. Stay out. What do you want, huh? Los.
Tom!
Los. Los.
Leave him alone!
Do you understand English? Huh? English. Peaceful. And what are you? A Nazi? Nazi? Please. Whatever you're thinking about doing. Don't, please!
Shit! Jody, Sam! Can you hear me?
Was machst du hier? Du bist Amerikaner.
Was machst du hier?
Leave her alone. Tell him I'm hungry.
Sie ist ruhig. Und wir auch.
Wer bist du?
Wer bist du?
Hey!
Woher hast du das? Ha? Woher hast du das?
He wants to know about your necklace.
It was my mother's.
Es gehörte ihrer Mutter.
Nein! Du hast 3 Sekunden, um mir zu sagen, wo du das her hast. Ha?
No, why?
I don't know what's going on, but if you have the locket, you need to tell him right now before he does something terrible.
You love the same locket. Well, isn't that just beautiful? Welcome to our nightmare. You know, if you put your gun down for more than 2 seconds, maybe we could figure this whole thing out. But I guess that's just not in your vocabulary, is it?
I can't translate all that.
I don't give a fuck if he understands or not.
What do you want me to tell him?
Tell him I know something he doesn't.
Weißt. Was du nicht weißt.
Was weißt du? How to untie a slip knot. So who's the woman in the picture?
My mother. My grandmother. And my father's name was Hans Neumann. No fucking way.
Well, then where do I fit in?
What is your birthday?
I don't want to answer that question.
Tell me the date.
November 11th, 1962.
That's when my baby is due. Your last name is Cohen. Your father is Adam Cohen, right? It was his parents who raised you?
Yes.
So, he dies in the war.
We're all related.
Don't try passing it off like I'm your mother, Tom. Because that's bullshit.
Believe it.
Fuck that. I ain't no mother. You don't even have a locket.
I did have a locket. I just never kept it.
See, now you're just saying things just to say them. See, I'm not pregnant. And I never even planned to be ever.
Maybe not now, but definitely this year.
No, I vowed never to have children. I want nothing to do with them ever.
I noticed when I was 4 days old and I was put up for adoption.
It wasn't me, Tom. It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. It was the state of South Dakota.
What are you talking about?
My real mother was put to death for murder and armed robbery. She was robbing liquor stores and gas stations all over the Midwest. She shot a cashier. She also shot and killed my father, Kevin Banks.
No, you're lying.
Am I? Because I was born in South Dakota Women's Prison on December 12, 1985, 8 months before she was executed. And the only thing she left me with was a box of her junk, including a tiny silver locket that looked just like this. So you tell me, Jody, you look me in the eyes and you tell me if I'm lying.
You said your mother died in childbirth. And Adam? Your father?
He was killed in Vietnam. I'm sorry.
What happened to you?
I went to go live with Adam's family since he didn't have any. And they hated me. And I had the scars to prove
Did he?
it. Yeah, Adam's dad was a drinker. And they weren't really big fans of you either.
I know.
I hated them for that. day growing up without even a picture of my mother. So I always kept the locket close. And I never did find out what happened to her. Your grandmother. She married an American. They were killed in a car accident a few years ago. I'm sorry.
Starting to get the idea of what's going on around here? You know, you could help us. Figure this whole thing out. What does this all mean? The cabin, the bomb shelter, all this shit. Fine. Suit yourself.
I need 5 minutes with him.
5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. What are you doing?
It's okay. I explained everything to him.
You can't untie him. He's nuts.
No, I won't have him tied up.
He doesn't think we're related, okay? He thinks we're all crazy.
He is my father! Please. Trust me. Ich binde dich los, weil ich glaube, dass du, Hans Neumann, mein Vater bist. Und ich bin deine Tochter. Ich werde dir vertrauen. Und ich kann nur hoffen, dass du lernst, uns auch zu vertrauen.
What the fuck? You're just letting him get away!
I don't think you'll get very far.
My husband is in the army. He's overseas. I'm all alone. There's something wrong with me. You should know that I dreamt it.
You dreamt what?
I dreamt I died in childbirth. I was all alone because Adam was overseas. The ambulance didn't make it in time.
I had a dream too.
What kind of dream?
About a priest who wronged me. I shot him. And I shot myself.
I dreamt that I was being executed for murdering Kevin.
We all dreamt our death.
No. We all dreamt our futures. None of this has happened yet. We can change it. We can stop it. That's gotta be a reason why we're here.
Samantha, didn't you say your dad was killed during an airstrike?
What were the circumstances regarding his death?
He was killed when he lost contact with his unit. He was supposed to be locating rebels on the border. That's all I know.
Okay, so where did your father die?
In Valens.
This is the cabin, and this is the bomb shelter. It's on the edge of the bubble, right here. If we're here, today's the day.
We're all about to die.
Maybe we're all about to live.
What do you mean?
Hear me out. For whatever reason, we have a chance to make sure he doesn't die. If he lives, then your mother will never remarry. And if she never remarries, maybe she's with you while Adam's over in Vietnam. She drives you to the hospital. You don't die during childbirth. That would mean Jody grows up with a mother. Maybe she doesn't turn out so bad after all. Maybe I grew up with a real mother.
It's a stretch.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, it's also insane!
Jody,
What?
your scar.
What about it?
It's gone.
We're changing things.
We have to make sure Hans is in the bomb shelter when the airstrike happens.
Fuck it, I'm in.
Hans? We're on your side.
Komm nicht näher! Ich möchte keinen von euch verletzen. Lass mich gehen, damit ich meine Befehle folgen kann.
He says he must follow his orders.
Fuck the mission, Hans! There's something bigger happening out here!
They think he failed his mission. They're going ahead with the bombing. Hello? 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 It's not working.
Sam! Samantha! Tell him! Tell him! Out! Komm nicht näher!
Wenn du deine Mission durchziehst, wirst du sterben. Und wenn du stirbst, bist du ebenfalls für unsere Schicksale verantwortlich.
Ich muss meine Mission ausführen! The Germans aren't gonna win this war!
No, Tom. Save, maybe he's supposed to die.
No! No, we're here to save him!
No, Tom, that's what you want, okay? Maybe this is about something bigger, bigger than us. Bigger than this fucking Nazi.
Ich bin kein Nazi! Ich bin ein Soldat!
He says he's not a Nazi. He's a soldier.
Hans, you have to stay with us! If you don't come with us, you're gonna die! Get out the next! Shit, her scar's back. Sam! Sam, I need your help. I need to put pressure, okay? Put your hands here, I need your help. You can't let her die, okay? If she dies, I don't exist.
What do you mean?
If she dies,
You'll disappear.
Save Hans. Save Hans.
I will.
Save Hans.
I'll save
stimmte auch meine Mutter, deine Frau. Verstehst du? Rette die für sie. Mach schnell! Mach schnell! Miss.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, miss, you forgot these.
Oh. I'm sorry. I feel so weird. Like, I've been here before.
This place has that effect on people. Do you need directions or anything?
Oh, no. I know where I'm going.
Have a good day.
All the money out of the rent right now!
Come on. No need to yell. Local. No tricks up these sleeves.
Keep it that way.
Come on, man, give me the fucking money.
Safe.
Damn shame you living your life like this. All the things you could have done, and you're holding up a dairy mart for pennies.
I said the safe right there.
I'll open it. And I don't think you have the stomach for what's inside.
I'm skipping a cold lead a message when it rings. I got the wrong room. You know what it's like. I ain't gonna come. I won't be thinking about it, not anymore. It's just a party.